tonight on the South Today, a mission to find Queenstown Salvation Army a new home looks promising, getting a step closer to their goal. A Southern speech competition aims to empower young minds with a vibrant stage display of cultural pride. And Dunedin transforms into a haven for hobby and gaming enthusiasts, drawing fans from across the South Island. Kia ora, good evening. I'm Hannah Wilkins. The Queenstown Salvation Army are getting closer to having a new place to call home. They've announced a finishing date for their new Frankton hub after facing some setbacks to the original plan.
Just within reach, the Queenstown Salvation Army have finally set an opening date for their new base in Frankton. Starting as a dream in 2019 after selling their old Camp Street building, the new Salvation Army hub is finally taking shape and is now set to open in November. Community Ministry Director Andrew Wilson says they were hoping to have the new building open by September, but has been delayed by the harsh central Otago winters being too cold to finish off the car park.
Yeah, so we were fairly ambitious. We were hoping for an opening in September, but with all building projects come a few speed bumps along the way, so unfortunately we've had to push it back.
From the ground up, the hub has been designed and built for community use. The building is set up with meeting and multi-function rooms, showers for visitor use, long-term office space, and an auditorium that seats around 120 people.
So the whole design and values that underpin this building is that it's a gift for this community to use, that any group who is able to use and make use of the space can do so.
Wilson says he's ecstatic to finally see the project go from just a paper drawing to a fully fledged building. The Salvation Army has big plans for their opening party, with a dawn service and blessing in the morning, also bringing in a brass band, a South Island Waiata group and local talent to celebrate the big day. In Queenstown, the South Today.
Calls from the public for Gore District Council's Chief Executive Steve Parry to quit are set to be heard in the midst of a review of the organisation. The Gore District Council has been at the centre of controversy recently after a relationship breakdown between the CEO and Mayor Ben Bell. A petition was started by a Gore resident calling for Parry to resign, citing his bullying culture, getting almost 5,000 signatures. This comes at a time when the council is facing a review to restore relationships and confidence in the organisation, costing an estimated $130,000. The petition calling for the CEO to step down will be put forward to the council in their next meeting next week. The South Island's finest youth Pacifica talents were shining bright at an annual speech competition in Dunedin today. The Otago Secondary Pacifica Voices speech competition is still on the mend from COVID-19, with organisers believing it's now bigger and better than ever.
Young voices of inspiration and empowerment echoing through the auditorium filled with friends and family. Around 22 confident Pacifica students took part in this year's Otago Secondary Pacifica Voices speech competition at the Otago Boys High School auditorium on Wednesday. The student-led event's been running since 2018, and organisers reckon it's an important event for the Pacifica youth.
Giving people like me, Pacifica people, a platform to speak on topics that they wouldn't normally speak about and that they find hard to speak about in our community.
The annual competition still picking itself up again since the COVID-19 pandemic. Event organisers working hard to make the event possible.
We had some COVID years where it sort of, went silent for a while, and then last year it was picked back up again, and this year it's even bigger and bolder than it has been for a while.
The crowd of friends and family enjoyed listening to the inspiring speeches from participants, making them feel like they were in a home away from home. In Dunedin, the South Today.
It's not just seasoned professionals taking part in Gore's Country Music Festival. Street musicians have also been in the spotlight for a busking competition.
The Freeze Your Bits of Busking competition was a hit over the long weekend, with the multi-day event taking place on Gore's main street. There were 30 entries from some top quality buskers, the finals being held at SBS St James Theatre on Sunday evening. Nelson's Harmony Hunters won the Open Group category, with Kaiapoi's Josh Keating winning the Individual Open at just 17 years old.
It was really good time. yeah, it was a lot of fun. I just thought, have a wee go, have a wee jam. Didn't expect this, but yeah.
It was the first time the final had been staged in the theatre. Event organisers were happy with the turnout, enjoying the wide variety of talent getting involved. In Gore, the South Today.
The world of hobbies and gaming came to life in Dunedin recently, bringing in generations of wargaming fans. The annual Tabletop Wargaming convention was held over the long weekend, attracting people from all over the South Island.
Miniature plastic models clashing on a tabletop battlefield. This year's SouthCon brought together strategic minds and avid gamers from across the South Island to Dunedin's Edgar Centre. Around 85 wargaming enthusiasts of all ages competed at the gaming convention, from as young as 10 years old to seasoned veterans in their 70s. President of the Otago Miniature Tactician Society, Kelly Gregg, reckons there's still a strong audience for tabletop wargaming in this modern age of computer games.
I mean, two people play for 2 or 3 hours is a very kind of intimate thing. And also there's the whole hobby aspect of painting models and kind of converting models and stuff, which obviously you can't really do if it's all on a computer setting.
Greg says the unique experience and attention to detail the hobby offers is appealing to many, with society members steadily growing in numbers. Participants at the convention believe it's a great way for creating a comfortable space for people to enjoy their hobbies.
I think in this modern age, anybody should be able to do anything they want, and they don't need to be persecuted for it or bullied because of it.
Tabletop wargaming action continues in the South Island as participants look forward to more epic battles, rolling the dice at this year's NatCon in mid-October. In Dunedin, the South Today.
Whaiakere still to come on the South Today. Top Southern squash players battle it out on the court over King's birthday weekend. And Gore becomes a petrol head's haven as the latest spectacle takes to the streets.
Aero, used by Australia's top bowlers with their unique Z-scoop grip that redefines the game. Machined with robotics for unparalleled accuracy, Aero, same line, every time.
Drive away your way with 3 incredible offers on the Honda CR-V Adventure Ready range. Choose from 2.9% finance with 0 deposit, third finance, or lease a new CR-V from just $136 per week. These offers are only available for a limited time, so be in quick. From Honda.
Snap up a deal this weekend at John's Furniture Warehouse. My mate John's taken 50% off selected furniture and beds, plus 20% off everything else. His massive warehouse is packed full of great value furniture deals, in stock and ready to rock, no waiting. Snap up a deal this weekend. Only at John's Furniture Warehouse, Stafford Street.
Get that furniture from Stafford Street. And my mate John.
If you're at risk of developing melanoma skin cancer, you owe it to yourself to have a mole map. Mole map is coming to your area. Phone today to make an appointment. It could save your life.
Here at Age Concern Otago, we offer a range of services to support Otago seniors to age well with dignity and independence. We provide social work support, visiting service, health promotion and social activities. Check out what we have on offer at ageconcernotago.com.
Tēnā koe, welcome back. The long weekend was a chance for many to sit back and relax, but not for some of the lower south's top squash players. Competitors showcased their skills in the Wanaka Squash Open, facing fierce competition against some of the country's best.
An eager crowd honing in on the action, ready for a big day of competition. It was all go at the annual Wanaka Squash Open over the long weekend, as around 70 players served and rallied their way to the top. Wanaka Squash Club hosted the event, with club president Tony Johnston pleased with the support shown for the tournament from the local community.
It's been very good. We have a fantastic tournament controller in Emma, and lots of helpers around the place, and yeah, it's been going really well.
There were many epic battles on the courts, with multiple games going down to the wire, making it to 5 sets. The club first held a tournament more than 40 years ago and still continues to grow, doubling their memberships over the last 3 years.
I love the people. It attracts people that can get out on the court, try like there's no tomorrow, and then come off the court, have a shower and a drink.
New Zealand's number 2 Wamba Chulesi came out on top, beating out his brother Temwa, who's a rank below him in the finals. In Wanaka, the South today.
The streets of Gore made for a thrilling showcase of heavy machinery over the weekend. Residents of all ages were treated to a convoy of roaring engines and vibrant colours as part of a regional truck show.
Heavy motor vehicles parading their way through Gore's central city. Residents saw a large range of trucks rumble through the streets as part of the McDonough Contracting Gore Truck and Show Parade, which was held over the long weekend. Trucks of all shapes and sizes parked up at the Transport Repairs Yard, giving people the chance to vote for their favourite models and even a colouring competition for the kids.
So it's really cool to see it well supported and have a really good turnout. 4 hours of good banter. So.
Event organisers were initially nervous about the weather, but were ecstatic when they saw the sun shining throughout the whole event.
It's been a really good day yet again. Very well supported by the local transport companies and operators. It's really cool.
He enjoyed watching the community come together to watch some trucks in action and is happy the entire event was able to run smoothly. In Gore, the South today.
And now recapping tonight's top stories on the South today. Salvation Army's new Frankton hub will open in November now, overcoming a string of setbacks since 2019. The Otago Secondary Pacifica Voices speech competition shined a light on inspirational youth speakers. And an annual Tabletop Wargaming convention united enthusiasts in Dunedin with an immersive gathering of battle strategy. And now a look at what's happening in tomorrow's ODT, and we welcome Associate Editor Mike Houlihan. Hello Mike.
Evening, Hannah.
Can we expect in the paper tomorrow?
Well, last week the Dunedin City Council voted to increase its debt levels to fund Three Waters infrastructure, and our civic reporter has had a look at what that means in terms of the council's balance sheet and what it can do in the future. We've also cast an eye back at a murder from 14 years ago. The convicted man is now about to be released on parole, and the sister of his victim has talked about what this means for her and how the years have passed since then. We've got an account of the Mayor of Invercargill, Nobby Clark, making some questionable comments at a public meeting about the role of the media. And being Friday, we have our weekly art section, which has got a profile of Auckland-based now singer, you're in Wellington, Jackie Clark, with the show she's bringing down here.
All right, I'll be looking forward to reading all of that and more in the paper tomorrow. Thanks,
Thank
Mike. Time now for a look at the weather.
The South Today weather, proudly brought to you by MoleMap, the skin cancer detection specialists.
Looking at the situation, there's some fine days lined up thanks to high pressure, but a brief weak front will arrive on Saturday night before a fine end to the weekend. Heading to the top of the South Island, fine with light winds up in Nelson and Greymouth tomorrow with highs of 15 and 14. Down to Christchurch, it's a clear day with 13 degrees and nor'easterlies. Travelling to South Canterbury and North Otago. It's looking like a bluebird day through here tomorrow with light east to northeast winds. Both Ashburton and Timaru get up to 13, with 12 on the way for Oamaru. Heading westwards to the Central Lakes, a crisp day ahead through here as Queenstown reaches just 10 as the high. Wanaka lines up for a high of 11 and Alexandra creeps ahead to 12 degrees. Heading further south, Thursday's a fine one with light winds and highs of 11 in Gore, Balclutha and the Catlins. And across to Southland, fine and frosty as it drops to -1 in Invercargill overnight. Tomorrow and Friday are looking sunny with light winds after a few frosty nights. Thursday's high is 12 degrees with 13 planned before the weekend. And finally heading to Dunedin. Low cloud, mist and fog is rolling in tonight with a low of 3 degrees. Poor visibility first up tomorrow with low cloud that'll open up to a sunny day with light nor'easterlies and a high of 12. Into Friday, clear and cool to start before fresh gusty winds in the afternoon with a top temperature of 11 degrees. And that's the news this Wednesday. For the latest news and videos from the southern region, head online to odt.co.nz. You can follow Channel 39 on YouTube to catch our news bulletins on demand. We're also on Facebook. Just search for the South Today NZ to see our favourite stories from around the regions. We'll see you again tomorrow. Ka kite o popo.
Public interest journalism funded through New Zealand On Air.
If you're at risk of developing melanoma skin cancer, you owe it to yourself to have a mole map. Mole map is coming to your area. Phone today to make an appointment. It could save your life.
Living Well Disability Resource Centre, a not-for-profit charitable organisation and your one-stop shop for information and resources to help you retain independence. We offer a wide range of assistive products from jar openers to mobility scooters and provide assessments for Total Mobility, the half-price taxi scheme. Come and see the friendly team. You'll find us on the corner of George and Bath Streets, ground floor of Burns House.
Snap up a deal this weekend! My mate John's taken 50% off selected furniture and beds, plus 20% off everything else! Only at John's Furniture Warehouse.
My mate John.
Every day the team at Gillian supports grieving families at their time of need, from answering your questions to organising a farewell that reflects the wishes of your loved one. We can help. Call Gillian's today.
Passion,
drama, competition, rivalry, marketing,
numbers, atmosphere,
power, fight, attack, intuition, love, hate, money, cash, millionaires,
fans,
and fans. Oh boy.